Imagine sitting on a park bench. A stranger beside you asks you to describe the sunset. You tell him the sky is a warm orange, like a glowing fire. He stops you. He's been blind since birth, and asks, "What is orange? I thought it was a cold, round fruit." When he closes his eyes, he does not see a black canvas. He sees absolutely nothing. While you see afterimages of light and color, his reality is constructed without those visual inputs. This gap in perception exists for everyone. 1 in 12 people experiences colorblindness. What you perceive as green appears to them as yellow. These variations prove that the universe we interact with is not a fixed objective truth, but a subjective construct defined by our specific sensory organs. If the loss of a single sense can fundamentally rewrite the physical world, it raises a difficult question. Are space and time themselves just another set of internal filters? What if the dimensions we take for granted are actually illusions created by our minds? Classical physics began with a philosophy called absolutism. It suggests that the universe is a massive, pre-built 3D container, a fixed stage where all the events of history play out. Isaac Newton formalized this view in the 17th century. He treated space as a rigid mathematical graph and believed time moved forward at a uniform, fixed speed, entirely unaffected by the objects or people inside it. But another thinker, Gottfried Leibniz, argued for a different perspective called relationalism. Leibniz believed that space is not a container at all. In his view, space only exists because particles interact with one another. If you remove the particles and their forces of attraction and repulsion, the stage itself vanishes. This created a lasting divide in physics. Is the universe a pre-existing stage that we simply occupy? Or do we create the stage through the way we interact with everything around us? Albert Einstein eventually broke the deadlock by proving that space and time are not separate entities. He wove them together into a single, flexible fabric called space-time. Einstein showed that this fabric warps and slows down depending on how fast you move. While this proved that reality is relative to the observer, it still assumed there was a physical something there to be warped, until we looked closer at the microscopic building blocks of that fabric. Relativity gave us a dynamic stage, but it didn't explain what the stage was made of. To find that answer, modern physics has moved away from physical stuff and toward pure data. Emergence theory suggests that at the most granular level, the universe isn't made of matter, but of mathematical information. This theory proposes the universe is an 8-dimensional crystal. We cannot perceive those dimensions, so we interact with its 3-dimensional shadow, a geometric quasi-crystal. This shadow is composed of microscopic tetrahedrons. These act as fundamental pixels, arranging into patterns we recognize as particles. However, raw data requires interpretation to become reality. In the same way a computer code remains inert until a processor renders it into an image, this geometric information needs a mechanism to translate it from mathematical patterns into a physical experience. The key to this translation lies in quantum entanglement. This isn't theoretical speculation. The experiments proving how particles remain linked across vast distances earned the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2022. At this level, reality exists in a state of superposition. Particles are not fixed objects in a specific place. They are swirling clouds of probability, containing multiple possible states at the same time. These probabilities only collapse into a single, definite state when they are measured. Modern experiments suggest that this collapse is tied to the presence of a conscious observer. To turn raw quantum data into a meaningful world, a system must be able to compare different symbols and patterns. This act of comparison and the assignment of meaning requires choice, a process that stems from consciousness. In this framework, the human brain acts as the processor, rendering the static code of the universe into a fluid physical experience. Space and time are the relational user interface our minds use to organize this underlying information. They are the tools we use to navigate the cosmic data stream. Without an observer to interpret these relationships, the dimensions of space and time